So this video has come to my attention and I really need to do this. But however, I'm not going to bother doing the intro because I'm way too in a bad mood to do the intro. So anyway, here we go. I've just recently seen a video where that Sodor Productions had recently got stalked, harassed, and yeah, got taken pictures of him being doxxed. That's the word I was trying to look for. He got doxxed recently. This is a message concerning to the Thomas fan base out there, and yeah. So yeah. The person who doxed, stalked and harassed Sodor Productions was a Twitter user called Dylan May, who's part of the Unlikely fandom. So I first want to address Dylan May. Dylan May, if you're in the unhighly chance you're watching this, what you did was bad and very, very criminal. Stalking, doxing, and harassing people just is gonna get you into trouble. You know, it's not a good thing to do. I know. Maybe it's not a person you tolerate, but just because someone did something doesn't mean you have to do it back to them necessarily. Yeah. I just hope you learn your lesson and yeah, don't do that next time. Because I know Sodor Productions has done something to annoy us. Or no, Sodor Productions hasn't done something. He's done lots of things to annoy us. But yeah, Dylan, it doesn't necessarily give you the rights to do that. Yeah, I just hope you learn your lesson, because some of the comments have said that if you do that, they do not want you in the fan base. If you want to stay in the fan base, don't do that next time. However, now I'm addressing to Sodor Productions, and I have to raise my voice. You, Sodor Productions, you had the chance to keep your face unrevealed. It's your own fault, Sodor Productions, not the Unlucky Tug, not Little Owl VA, not Mr. Incredibroni, not Daniel the Blue Schools Class, not Flying Fox and Banbury Productions, not Piece of JVA, not Steam Team 3211, not Rosie the Cutie 1995, not Sugar Loaded Girl, not Mr. Merlin Fan 02, not the Ginger Engine, not Silver Band, but your own fault. Why did you even reveal your face in the first place? That's what happens. People are automatically going to find your face and would want to kill you. What were you expecting? You're delusional. You're stupid and ridiculous, Sodor Productions. You are a disgrace, not just to the Thomas fan base, but to human society. Sorry about that. But yeah, Sodor Productions, you're no angel. You're not civil. And it doesn't help the fact that when you went to the Day Out with Thomas event in America, that you threatened to put a child on the track so it can get run over by a train. If you do that in real life, I pray to God that you get arrested for that. That if you do that, I sincerely hope the police come arresting you and put you in jail immediately. Like, no parole, no trial, just jail forever. Because if you do that, there's going to be some severe consequences. There's always a saying, every action has a consequence. what happened to you with Dylan May, that was one of them. That was a consequence to all the actions you said by speaking. Some people can say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt them. Well, guess what? With your words, with everything you say, it's the pen is mightier than the sword. And you do it for rage bait. If you want to get a reaction from us, especially from the Thomas fan base, there you go. There's our reaction. It's negative. Do you seriously want to be hated, Sodor Productions? Do you seriously want to be hated? Because let me tell you, there are so many people in the Thomas fan base who have been exposed as bad people, but then came back and actually learned from their mistakes. Like Boscher Studios, for example. He was quite a very toxic person, but he changed. I don't know if he changed thanks to Thomas or anything, but he came over it. He improved as a better person. You, on the other hand, you don't learn from your actions. And it looks like you never will. If you actually took the time to know some of the people in the Thomas fan base, you'll actually get to see that some of the Thomas fans are actually civilised. The Ginger Engine, for example, he's a father who has kids and a wife, and he does some Thomas and Friends content with kids for entertainment and not rage bait. Or Piece of J VA, who's an amazing voice actor who does brilliant Thomas and Friends voice impressions. He actually likes the new models. Does that make him broke? Is that seriously when people are going to buy new Thomas and Friends merchandise, that means they're broke? Really? Wait, let me show you something. Look, I have Bruno. Are you going to say I'm broke because I happen to like Bruno because the fact that he's a character who's autistic? Even Flying Fox and Banbury Productions and Little Owl VA like him. And he's from All Engines Go. I'm not a huge fan of All Engines Go. But Thomas and Friends was made for kids and always will be for kids. But seriously, Sodor Productions, you really, really need to learn from all the videos you post. Because not all Thomas fans are like that. For example, I do have some negative views on a bit of the Brony fan base, but I do know from my heart that not all Bronies are like that. Because even though he's not active in the Brony fan base anymore, Little Owl VA, he's a Brony, but he just likes My Little Pony for what it is. He just enjoys participating in fanfic projects or other stuff, My Little Pony content related thing. But Little Owl VA is mostly well known in the Thomas fan base. But yeah, I know not all Bronies are like that. That's for sure. Not all Bronies are toxic and filled with bad stuff in their minds. Are you seriously saying that the Sodor Productions, are you seriously saying that all the Thomas fans are broke because they happen to like new Thomas models? I want you to learn from your actions, Sodor Productions. Because clearly you know you have no chance of winning. If you want to go to war, you have absolutely zero chance of winning. Because there are so many thousands of people who are good in the Thomas and Friends fan base that you don't even know. And of course, just like all the other people, you don't want to know them. But yeah, getting back to Thomas fans, I know Sodor Productions has done lots of bad stuff to make us to hate him on purpose, but we shouldn't dox or harass or you know, get a bit vicious towards him. But yeah, I just hope to everyone who's in the Thomas fan base, that if you're watching this, I just hope you take my advice. Don't do what Dylan May did. And Dylan, please don't do this again. I'm not trying to defend Dylan because he's not, because of what he's done, yeah, but come on. If he improves his behaviour, we can maybe... There's still the chance. It just takes time. Yeah. I just hope, Dylan, that you listen to my advice a bit next time. And, yeah. And that also goes for everyone in the Thomas and Friends fan base who's not Dylan, that you take my advice. And to finish with Sodor Productions, you need to take a step back, go outside, touch grass, get a life and a job. Okay? Right. I'm done with the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.